Hello, guys, and everyone joining. So, today we'll have a pretty complex and a really interesting topic. And this is the one that a lot of people been wondering, and there's been a lot of things going around on internet and of course everywhere, talks and stuff. So, this is negotiation with Russia possible? And there will be two answers to this. The first one is short, if you don't want to watch the whole video, is basically no, it's not possible if we make it short. And let's go longer on this. Like, why and what are the reasons it's not possible for Ukraine to negotiate like peace talks, things like this? It's just impossible. The reasons for that are really simple and maybe complex. It depends like what's your stance on it, so where you're coming from. So the first and the most important thing is, if you think of Russia like treaties, negotiation, things like that, they never follow them. They always the ones who not following them. They are always saying, yeah, we'll do that, then they're not doing it. I want to remind you that Budapest Memorandum is basically when Ukraine gave up its nuclear potential, nuclear weapons. There've been a bunch of countries who, so to say, solidify the Ukrainian borders and Ukrainian integrity of its borders. And among them, of course, was Russia. And look how it turned out. They didn't follow it. And of course, the other countries, the big ones are United States and Great Britain. And I think France was among them. I don't actually remember well, but those are the big households where we got our guarantees of our borders being intact and us being an independent state. So this is the first thing. Like if you negotiate with Russia, it's impossible for them or for you to believe what they say, all the treaties, everything. It does not work. And it's been this like ever since and forever. If you go into and dig like anything, it doesn't even need to be something about war, casualties, and things like that. They never follow it. They just like violate it all the time. And it's like, I don't know, in their blood or in their mentality, or this is their tactics. So most of the times, if we think about like the war efforts and things like that, Russia will do everything. If they not like doing well, they will do anything to like make a certain stop, but they use this time to regroup and come back. And it's always been like that. So there is no way we can negotiate with Russia. The second part of it would be is what they already done. Basically, for me as a Ukrainian, as a citizen of Ukraine, and even just as a normal human being, the atrocities they've done, the things and everything is just too much for me to even consider having a possibility of anything like negotiation with them. It's like they've gone too far, they've did too much, the damage is done. It's it's just impossible for me even to think about it. So, and as it's been mentioned a lot of times, you may seen some tweets, you may seen some videos and everything, like experts on Ukraine, understanding what Ukrainian people want, what like what do we think of it, and like the world needs peace and things like that. It's a really like lucid thing where you kind of like just become a bystander of a mass genocide and saying like, hey, let's negotiate, like give them what they want. And this is pure evil. This is the same as being on the side of evil, for a simple reason, because you need to stand up, you need to fight for it, you need to defend. Otherwise we'll have like, just imagine that something like that happens and we'll follow all this like expert thing. Everyone is saying like, hey, let's stop fighting and things like that. Part of Ukraine territory annexed again, and things just go out of control because it's already a big precedent in the world in terms of geopolitics and like world order, so to say. So anyone and everyone will say like, hey, Russia did this and we can also do it, and it will be just like a dark ages and things like that. So that's why I think that the international policy on this should be like as strong as Ukrainian one. No negotiation with terrorists, no negotiations with Russia. There's just have to be demands, and those demands are they pay in reparation, they get the hell out of Ukraine, they give back all the people they imprisoned, captured, misplaced. They pay reparation for like 50, 60 years, I don't know how long. They create demilitarized zones around Ukraine, and that's it. This is the only thing that can happen, and as a possibility to stop the bloodshed, or either we just like winning and making them go away, so to say. There's not much more to it because if you think about it, if you're a normal human being, if you thinking about the future of generations to come, this should be a precedent. You should show force that like you're fighting for the good, and you have to stand up for the good. Otherwise, if you say like, hey, give them this, give them that, this is happens just like in kindergarten, school, whatever, at work. The bully goes and bullies again. They will just regroup. They will do same old shit, and it will go and go and go along and again. So the people who say like, hey, just give them what they want, like negotiate, do this, they just don't understand how this will evolve into this like endless cycle of stopping and then regrouping, becoming stronger, doing some other stupid shit, coming again and again and again. So if you're thinking about like European safety, like world order safety, this is not the way. The way is stand up, be strong, and say no negotiations with terrorists, no negotiation with Russia. And pretty much that's all that I can say about having negotiations with terrorists. The other thing is I will mention is just like there's tons of people that pretend to understand Ukraine and Ukrainians and like how complex this is. They show some infographics from back in like 2000, I think 10, 12, like years and ages before, and they don't understand the complexity and the things that will happen. It's just like plain thing. All the things you need to know is when Ukraine gained its independence, all people voted for this. This is what we wanted. And also, we, the ones who have to decide how this will unfold. The only thing, of course, we always ask for help for our partners, and part of it is because it's international. The borders of Ukraine are intact, and it's not like that at the moment, and there is violations of Budapest Memorandum and various international laws and things like that. So you just have to show that the world order exists, and as it stays, it should be, because then everyone will just go like rampage on all of the things if you let Russia get away with it. So don't let Russia get away with it.